What's up, everybody? Welcome to John's Daily Hustle. Today we are going to take my Bobcat walk behind here and we are going to mow an overgrown backyard. Very similar to last week's video, except for last week was more of a brush cutting removal job with that. At least it was an overgrown brush hill, whatever you want to call it. But anyways, this is a yard that's overgrown. All the rain we've been having out here, it's super wet and it's been super thick and it just hasn't been cut like it should have. So now it's really tall. Now before we jump into today's video, please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, or at least consider subscribing, as I love making content and I love entertaining people. And of course, before we jump into today's video, go ahead and smash that like button while you're down there subscribing if you haven't already. And feel free to give me any kind of feedback in the comments. I always look forward to reading your guys' comments and I always try to respond back, and I like to get to know people, even in the comments if I've never talked to you before. So let's get this party started. Right off the bat, you guys can see how thick and tall and lush this grass is. And if you look at the wheel, you guys can kind of see the moisture that's on the wheel. Right around this spot here, you guys are going to see later on in this video, the yard did get rutted up just a little bit because there's standing water there. Right after I make this pass now from this angle, you guys will really be able to see it, especially later on in the video. We've been getting a lot of rain out here, and this water, since the new construction has happened just on the left side of that fence where I'm at right now, there's been all these new houses built, and that new construction has really made the water run this way instead of back out to the other side of the fence. So this yard was definitely thick. It gets almost irrigated anyways from it running downhill, but it gets super tall and super thick. This is only after 2 weeks of growth here. And right there you guys can really see where the tire marks are going through that. You're going to see that quite a good bit here in this video on how much wetness and just how much moisture this yard holds. It's been a nightmare to try and keep cut and try to keep it looking good. Now one thing to note about this mower is I actually can't raise the deck any higher. It's got these little washers or these little spacers on the front tires, and that's what raises the deck. And the deck is currently at its highest position, which I believe is very close to about the setting 3 on my X mark, or right around 3 inches anyway, give or take a few millimeters if you will. But anyways, I can't set this any higher, so it's actually cutting this yard lower than I normally would with my zero-turn mower. So it does look a little rough, and as well as it's overgrown, so of course it's going to look rough. Now at the end of this video, I will go back through and I will double cut this property to try and make it look a little better. Now I do believe the next time you guys see this property, I'm actually going to be bagging it with this Bobcat mower, and I'm going to be collecting the little bit of chunks that are left over. But that'll be in about a week or so. Probably from the time that you guys see this video, I'll probably be making that one. So anyways, I just wanted to disclose that, because when I get done, the yard will look a little rough, and that's perfectly okay. It'll get touched back up the next time I mow it. As well as all the moisture that's built up on this yard definitely doesn't help with making it look good. So hey, who's up for a good slow motion shot of doing this? A little oddly satisfying clip. Let's check this clip out. This very next clip. So here's another shot of that slow motion. I do apologize for the shakiness there, as the video camera that was recording this shot does not have the best stabilization on it. So that's what it was doing, was it was trying to stabilize and record slow motion. Here's what we got so far. So anyways, we're going to change the camera angle up. But anyways, going back, I do apologize for that stabilization. Again, as I've said in a couple of other videos, I am working on a better way to record, or at least some better equipment to start recording. I'm really hoping to up my YouTube game anyways and try to be even more entertaining than what I already am, with some different camera angles, some better cameras, and some better editing techniques. So please bear with me if you don't enjoy it, and if you do enjoy my content so far, hey man, I really appreciate it. So in this shot, you guys can kind of hear it. I don't know if you guys could hear it in an angle that I had in the beginning of this video, but you guys can kind of hear that squeakiness of the bearing. I definitely need to grease it, grease the bearings on this, or at least change them out, or whatever needs to happen. I try not to spend too much money on this mower, as this is kind of my just beater mower, rough property. You know, you guys know I only bought this mower just to mow the hillside back at the apartment complex I mowed last year. And thus far, I mean, I've made my money several times over on this mower, but it's still my beater mower, so I try not to do too much with it, but at the same time, I also don't really keep up with its routine maintenance like I should anyways. I just change the oil, and I don't even want to say, I can't even say I sharpen the blades. I just kind of mow and go with it. But this mower, for the most part, does not get put on really many customers' properties. It gets cut my own property. It gets used on some family's property of mine, like in-laws and so forth, or it'll get used for brush cutting or, you know, overgrown properties, or like I said, hillsides. But for the most part, it doesn't really see a whole lot of use, so I'm not terribly worried about, you know, a little bit of a squeaking here and there. Now, as you guys can see, I am finally going back over this entire yard, double cutting it, trying to chop those clippings up just a little bit more and make it look just a little bit better before I'm done. But of course, it's kind of a catch-22 because of all the moisture that's there. The more I just go over it, the more it seems to rut the yard up a little bit anyways. There you guys got to see, we did mow that backyard, and that Bobcat did tackle it out pretty easily. I've got a couple more videos coming for you guys, as I mentioned before, using this Bobcat mower, and we're gonna probably decide the fate of this mower on this channel. And pretty much what I mean by that is I've kind of been throwing around the idea of potentially selling this mower, but I'm not entirely sure what I want to do. If I want to keep it, do I want to do something to it, or do I want to, you know, maybe just get rid of it? I haven't fully decided yet. As you guys know, it pretty much just sits here except for when I use it on a couple of jobs. One thing to know about me is I absolutely hate having equipment just sitting in the garage not being used. To me, it's just like sitting money, or just sitting on stockpiles of money and nothing is happening with it. We're gonna wrap this one up, but anyways, I just want to say thank you guys to all you guys that are subscribing. I do notice that we have had a pretty big gain in subscribers here lately, and I really appreciate everyone for subscribing. So be sure to stay tuned for more content on that. Now, just as a sneak peek, I do have lots of content coming with the Toro Time Master, so I know a lot of you guys are subscribing and watching me because of this mower. I've actually got quite a few videos planned out within the next upcoming weeks. So, you know, within the next 3 weeks, you guys will start to see some content using the Toro 30. So be sure to stay tuned on that. As well as that cheap Hyper Tough trimmer back there, you guys are going to be seeing a good bit of too. Also, sneak peek, I've also got something sitting just off of the camera view right here that I've been hiding from you guys for about a month now, maybe a little over a month now actually, about a month and 1 week to be exact, that I've been hiding from you guys in several of my newest videos. So stay tuned for that, as the reveal of what's sitting right there is coming very soon, I promise you guys. Anyways, if you guys are new, please subscribe if you haven't already done so in the beginning of this video. And if you guys watch this video and haven't already given it a thumbs up, please give me a big thumbs up. As always, appreciate your support. And I will see you guys in the next video.